She produces from her pockets a wristband of sorts. It's a wrist phone. I'll contact you with it and you can reach me in turn. Hey, who is this person and why am I getting free smartphones? Thank you, but why do you think we'll be in contact after this? There's no reason for me to get involved in whatever it is that you want. Well, for one, I guessed it would be troublesome if dogs knew you were back on the island, so I created a diversion. That's not reassuring at all. She knows way too much about me. Who the fishbones is she? I need to learn as much about her as possible. I know you can really use my help. You know you've gotten yourself in trouble too, right? You'll probably get arrested for distributing the piece like you did. Distributing? Distressing? No? Distracting? Damn, what was the word? No idea. I have a story to set up. Plus, I'm a Labrador, living on the island. I'm sure you know I constantly have a spotlight on me already. Yeah, why are you living on the Shiba Island, if you're a Labrador? Huh, I know all too well, but I'm not going to say that. If she doesn't know I lived in the world of Labradors, they're separated by race? This is weird. Certainly not going to reveal that to her. Huh, when you put it that way. But like you said, I'm trying to avoid attention, so shouldn't I avoid being associated with you at all? I'd hoped it didn't come to this, but you need to believe me when I say I want to help you. I can help you find your brother. Oh, okay. I've heard enough. I'll take your dog-darned phone. But if it turns out that you're any sort of threat to me, you better watch out. Of course. I understand. She offers a paw to me. Quei-Li, by the way. Well, you already knew my name. We shake paws. They shake paws too? They do a lot of human things, those dogs. The Labrador just smiles mysteriously. Yeah, that's like exactly how I would describe this face. Smiling mysteriously. And gives me detailed directions to the nearest MRT station. What's an MRT station? DG station, huh? A lot of how do you call those? Abbreviations. Lots of abbreviations. I've not spoken a lot of English lately. I've spoken a lot of French, but it doesn't help a lot. That means I appeared kind of far south. Good thing it's in Taipei, though, where I need to be. Taipei. I see. I head into the station while the lab heads off her own way. Whoa, what's going on in here? And why are there doggos on the ceiling? And why does it look like I'm on drugs? Okay. So many thoughts are running through my head. The entire encounter still seems unreal, and it's something I could have never imagined happening. Syd, focus. First you need to get to Max's. I find the Mastiff Rapid MRT, the Mastiff Rapid Transit Station, according to the lab's directions. Thank dog. This never stops, huh? Those sneaky game devs with those dog puns. Thank dog, the directions were accurate. Large hovering signs point out directions to various transit lines. Although I have been in this station in the past, it seems much larger than before, the layout having been expanded and rearranged. I slip out my pendant at the gates, scanning it to pay so it will allow me through. I keep the pendant face down and hope that no one thinks it's strange. There is a large interactive display, and see that there are many more lines than before, basically crisscrossing the entirety of Taipei and the outer metropolitan area. I place a paw on the destination. I place a paw. Nah, that wasn't the wordplay. That was just what's going on. Sorry. I place a paw on the destination, and the route draws itself on the digital display from the current station to my paw. I follow the instructions to the correct platform, and the transit arrives shortly. That's very technologically advanced, guys. Sometime later. The ride is smooth, and I emerge up north of the city without incident. Yay! It's a quieter residential area. My destination is sandwiched between other similar buildings that were built to be tall and narrow rather than take up ground level surface area. Approaching the well-memorized address, I feel more and more apprehensive with each step. A promise is a promise. This is the only place I can go. What's been going on in the past? Now I'm curious. There is an intercom panel on the ground floor. Scrolling through the names, I found the correct one. That's the one. Taking a deep breath, I tap on it. The door slide open shortly after I tap on the panel, but there is no further response or communication from the panel. Does Max still live here? I can go in, but what if it isn't Max that just let me in? I hesitate. Less than ideal scenarios running through my head. I take a deep breath. Stop it. There is only one way to find out. I step into the open door and onto a lift so small it could only possibly fit one dog. Well, one Labrador retriever. 2 small Shiba Inus. Oops. Can't help but think about in space in terms. About in space. What? Oops, can't help but think about in space in terms of Canada space. Wow. What a sentence. Soundlessly, the lift rises, and I am a bundle of nerves. My stomach churns to nothing. I really do hope it's Max. Their system probably doesn't have two-way communication. My old residence did, but I can't assume everyone has it, even though years have passed. I do still have his number on my old phone, but I wonder if my old phone balance is still valid. Before I can decide whether to attempt calling ahead, the lift comes to a halt. But I mean, what? Even if it's not Max, are you in danger, doggo? No other way but forward. I step out onto the narrow corridor. Doors line the corridor, and I take a look at the ordering of the numbers before heading in the direction of the number 13. Just as I raise my paw to knock, the door swings wide open. You! Max! Ah, it is him. Syd! He ushers me in and makes sure the door is closed securely. Is this a dangerous area? Is this a dangerous city? What's going on? I thought it's all Shiba Inus. Why? Do they fight? Why? What? Look who it is. You're finally back. I've waited for this moment all these years. Ah, it's really him. He's here. He's kept his word. I'm so relieved. I'm so happy to see a familiar face. I reach my paws to him for an embrace. He obliges, and I eagerly hug him close. He has a soft scent of honey and cream. What? What a weird dog. And I notice that under my touch his coat is as sleek and shiny as ever. I'm so happy to see you. Max just yaps happily, wagging his tail so vigorously that I can feel it moving him side to side in my embrace. Nah, doggo embrace. Max helps me settle into the place. It's quite cozy, and despite the modern exterior of the building itself, he's decorated his room with vintage furniture and flourishes. But when you look at those rooms, for example this one, it's clearly a human room. For example, that wall. How do the dogs get all those pictures up there? And all those little things? Coffee lab. Okay, that's cute. But this chair, I can imagine him sitting on. But this chair? A dog? Can't really see that. And the bed is also very human-like. I get a feeling he's really into the vintage aesthetic. Maybe it's making a comeback on the island at the moment. He shows me his collection of concert billets arranged on his wall. All of musicians that I know of, meaning they span back at least a decade. Remember... Now dog pun band names. Remember Jay Chow Chow? Of course, I remember when we'd watch his music videos back then on our flip phones. Flip phones! The days of 360p, yeah. It's a really nice apartment compared to Max's old one. I suppose his ending ranking allowed him to swap up ending ranking. What's going on with this fight? What's going on? Are there fights? Do we need to fight? Oh. He gestures me over to his desk, and as I peer on, he sweeps aside a pile of old records, then wiggles under the desk to activate something. There's a hiss and a panel slides open on the surface of the desk. It's a touchscreen panel, glowing faintly with a green tint. I can see my reflection in it, along with some menu icons that I cannot make sense out of. It's a security system. Pretty sophisticated, huh? No one would suspect there would be such a system in an apartment like this. Whoa. The door is actually secured with hidden bars that can be controlled from here, and there's sensors programmed to detect living matter other than you and me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on this island? Why do they need to detect living matter? He continues about the security measures and gadgets, but suddenly I cannot find it in me to focus. I'm really hoping he didn't do all this for my return, but it's the most obvious explanation. I take a deep breath, holding a paw up to signal I want to speak. It takes a brief moment to notice. But he stops in the middle of his explanations. Max, I really appreciate all your preparations. My throat feels closed up and I swallow and chew on air to make it possible to continue speaking. I just want to... how do I put this? I just want to reiterate that this could be really dangerous for you. I want you to consider it again. Syd. And I think some dog is following me and I have no idea what she wants and... Syd! Syd, it's okay. I've always wanted to be able to finally help you. I promised you long ago I would stand by your side even if the world turns against you. And now, you need to let me do that. Please. His eyes are warm and I compose myself. I can't be weak. I need to be calm so I can make the best decisions for Max and myself. Alright, but I need to tell you about the Labrador I made today. She knows a lot about me. I'll start from the beginning. You know, I used the feather to get back to the island. I reappeared on the island in some night market near DG Station. First thing I see is this huge crowd of dogs. Are we really retelling this all? I mean, we just saw that like a quarter of an hour ago. First thing I see is this huge crowd of dogs all running away from me, so I think it's because they all witnessed my grand appearance or something. I don't even know if I appeared with a light or poof or smoke or something. I'm pretty sure I appeared out of thin air. But it turns out there was a Labrador just causing a ruckus, so I sneaked away. And then the lab just appears behind me. She said she made a distraction on purpose because it would be inconvenient for me to be noticed. But how did she know the time and the place where I would appear? It's very weird. She even knows why I'm back on this island. It's very, very unnerving, even to me. Max holds and nods his head solemnly. I might have made a mistake, but she gave me a wrist phone and I took it. I take it out of my pocket and show it to Max. I hadn't put it on yet. He takes it gingerly and examines it from every angle before waving a paw over the central watch face. I've never really looked at a wrist phone up close before and take the opportunity to do so. A circular face, rather than being a screen itself, holds a light source where a hologram is projected from. The hologram functions like a screen of any other electronic device, but it is much larger and can be put away at a simple touch. It kind of looks like a fan unfolding and folding back. I angle my body away gradually until I cannot see the contents of the screen. There's some sort of view angle limit which works great for me. Sometimes I might be typing or reading questionable material, but even if not, I don't want dogs seeing it. Ah, that's why. Okay, privacy. She told me to contact her with this. Do you think I should? I'd probably do it anyway, even if Max doesn't agree with me. I'm not sure how dangerous it might be, and I don't want to compromise his safe house. She mentioned my brother, though. I just want to find out what she wants. Max is still holding the wrist phone, so I huddle close to him so that I can read and use the menu. I hesitantly touch a paw to the screen. where it says messages, and it opens the corresponding app as Max looks down. It's empty, so maybe there's a contacts list? I scan the interface, but there is no back button. I press the sides of the screen, first left then right, but it's futile. Struggling with phone. Left. Right. I try tapping it. Okay, maybe sliding it up and down. Nothing? Max, you've been looking at me grinning for too long. Little help here? You can set up any gesture you want to return to the previous screen, but the default is the face. What face? Face? He taps on the wristband face where the hologram is being projected. Oh. Alright, let's find this lab's contact info. Are you sure you're going to get in touch with her? Do you trust her? Only as much as I trust a stranger, really. So, no, I don't really trust her that much. But there's a high enough possibility that she has information that could be useful to me. It's an uncertain situation though, and I'm just making odds up. It does seem oddly specific that she knows the main reason, and also this face. Reason I'm back here. The risk will outweigh the potential gains. Again, with the words potential, possibility, uncertainty, I'm getting a déjà vu. So cold, calculating. Just the Arena. There is it again. Arena? Just the Arena training kicking back in. What has she been a special force doggy? Information on the reason you decided to come back? I snap out of my thoughts as Max starts to speak again. I don't mean to pry, but I'm wondering, what was the reason? You noticed what I said, huh? Well, the truth is, one of the reasons I decided to come back now is because I want to find out if my brother is alive. Your brother? Chun Wen, was it? Right, he appeared after the last Arena. Disappeared. Yeah, I just have this regret that I didn't even bother finding out what happened before. I just up and left. I understand. I'll help you find out what happened. Wait, and so this lab, she said she knows something about him? She was so certain about it too. So, while I have no idea of her intentions, she would either be a powerful ally or a powerful enemy. Either way, I suppose it's best to contact her so she won't blindside us if she is an enemy. Of course, I leave this up to you. You've taken me in and I don't want her to follow me back here and jeopardize the place. Like you said, I agree that this is a good idea to contact her in case she comes looking for you here herself, so... But first, let's find her contact information on this phone. We go through the apps. There are only the essentials. Not in a contact book either, huh? He taps on the recent calls and there is a single call history. Alright. He holds up a paw for a high five. Skdish! Thanks, Max! Now, you do the honors. I tap on the call button and while it rings, Max sets the phone call to not show our camera feed. What? So they normally do FaceTime kind of things when they call? Going to play it safe and not let her get any hints of my surroundings and whereabouts, just in case. I guess you should always do that when talking to strangers? Oh yeah, holographic lab! Hey, good to see that you made it somewhere safe. Ruff. Why did you want me to contact you? Like I said, I want to help you. Good to see that you made it somewhere safe, but I thought they decided to not show their camera. Like I said, I want to help you. And how exactly? Well, as I mentioned, you probably want to keep under the radar. An eye-catching Labrador like myself could be perfect for distracting anyone on your trail, no? I roll my eyes, making sure she can see my criticalness. Criticalness? So she can see... I'm confused. While I agree you are definitely eye-catching, from the corner of my eye I notice Max trying not to smirk wildly. That's not what I meant. But that would make it even more difficult to stay under the radar if anyone on the outside makes a connection between you and me. So based on that, how really could you help me? That's what I was hoping you would tell me, Syd. What actions do you plan to execute? How can I help you achieve it? I still don't understand her real intentions, but she does seem sincere. I need to carefully consider what I say. Still, since she's offering her help, it wouldn't hurt to have someone to do the riskier tasks in my place. Also, are you alone?